Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we're in the world of Gibby Point, which is the world that came with the Adventure Awaits expansion pack. And this is the Fletcher's Cottage lot, which is, I believe, in Jellyfish Junction, that neighborhood. And yeah, today the main goal is to build a family home using that expansion pack. I think I do use a couple of items from maybe Cottage Living and Base Game, but it is solely Adventure Awaits. And I wanted to do this because I haven't really built with that expansion pack solely. I did, when the pack came out, build some getaways, which are available on the channel. I did a kids camp and I did a couple of I didn't really build anything else in the world of Gibby Point. I did like a water park and I did other things. But yeah, I wanted to build a actual residential home because I had not done it yet. This pack is interesting. I feel like a lot of the assets really do cater to building more of a getaway lot, but I wanted to build a family home and use a lot of the assets that came with the pack. So I decided to take inspiration from the neighboring builds in this world, especially in this neighborhood. As you can see, there's a lot of surrounding houses that look like very basic cabin slash cottage type homes. And this home ends up being a 3x1 bedroom home. It's very spacious and I really enjoy it. It has the most simplistic layout and I'm really happy with this build. It came together fairly quickly and I did struggle a little bit with the color scheme for the exterior of the build. In the end, I went with we got these beautiful kind of like worn rustic paneling sliding wooden sliding. So I've gone with that in a paler color, and then inside I think it's this darker wood tone. And then for the flooring, I go in with, I think I stick with this one, which is a base game one. And yeah, so this is the main shell of the build. So some of the assets that we got in Adventure Awaits that I really enjoy. I love the stone wallpaper and the foundation. I use it a ton. The windows are not my favorite. So in this particular build, I did decide to use the ones that are wooden that have like I guess it's like a fly screen or a mesh in the actual window, because I thought that that would match the exterior of this build. And it does fit the environment of this world as well. I really struggled to get the right kind of color scheme for the windows just to match the exterior. But in the end, I think it's okay. All right, so in order to kind of gauge how I wanted to do the floor plan, I wanted to kind of situate where I wanted the main living room first. So I start with the kitchen, and I do this in a lot of my building. I put what I call placement furniture down, and that kind of helps me gauge where the kitchen is versus where the living room is. Is this room big enough for a bedroom, and things like that. So I have done that here. So the main layout of this house is very simple. So the main front door, you walk into an open area that has your kitchen, dining, and living. To the left of that, you have a small hallway, which also has a side entrance. It's interesting because both the, I guess, quote unquote, back door and front door are actually front facing to the build. The only reason I have this is because there's not really a backyard. It's a side yard, and the way that I've done the porch at the front is that it wraps around. So you've got the main door, but then you've got a one tile wide door that's off to the side to the left of the main living area, and then that has a staircase that goes down to the side yard. So in that small, like, I guess, other door, you have a little entrance hallway, and then you have the bathroom for the build. So you have one bathroom in this build, and then if you go to the right, you have a very tiny very tiny hallway through that archway, and then you have the 3 bedrooms. So you have a master bedroom and I believe 2 kids' rooms, or maybe like a child and a teenage sim and a master bedroom. So it's a quite a spacious build. Like, first, if you look at the outside, it doesn't look like much, but it's a 3 by 1 bedroom house. It and honestly, I think it would be great to play in. I think that it's perfect for what you need. As I said, I mainly focused on using all the assets from the pack. So I love the chairs and the couches. The rugs in this pack are really good. I really love that buffet table. I use that buffet table a lot. I put in a clock. I'm not a huge fan of the curtains, but I have used them because I'm trying to use the pack. I did struggle with like the patterns because I wanted the wooden beam to be a certain color, but then the curtain pattern wouldn't match the color scheme of the rest of the build because I'm kind of going for like that kind of burnt like orange and reds and yellows throughout the main living space. And I really struggled with the curtains. In the kitchen, I decided to add in some base game tiling. The counters are also from base game. And yeah, I've just, there's no TV in this build, but I think that's okay. I did put in a crafts table because that is a new asset from that pack. And yeah, it's just a very simplistic build. All right, we are now into the bathroom, which is, as I said, the main bathroom, the only bathroom in the house. And I've just used the assets from the pack. Now, the mirror that we got with Adventure Awaits is one of my favorites. I use it in pretty much every build. It's now just become a staple. It's just, there's an elegance about it that I really like. And plus, I actually find it to be quite modern. So when I do a modern build, I feel that works well. All right, we are now moving into the bedrooms. So we're starting with the master bedroom, which is the largest room out of the 3. And I don't know, the beds are interesting for this pack. They're not my favorite, but I have used both double beds in this particular build. So this one has more of a wooden one. And then there's one that's kind of got like a metal frame that kind of looks like it's a camping bed. And I use that in the teens room. You'll see shortly. I put in a fireplace in the master bedroom just because A, I had the space, and B, I hadn't used it before. So I hadn't used that asset from the pack. We had one that was very similar from Horse Ranch, but I actually like that this one comes with the stone detailing underneath the fireplace. I think that's really cool. And I love this armchair. I've been using this armchair everywhere. I love the pattern. I love the little throw blanket. It's so good. Anyway, so this is the master bedroom, and we've kind of gone with a more of a red color scheme. And yeah, moving on to the teens room. This is kind of a very odd shaped room. It's just like a skinny kind of rectangle, but it works. It's got everything you need to have in it. The thing is with Gibby Point, it does give me the vibe of it being almost like a vacational world, even though you can live there. So I think that this home is decorated in a way where you could treat it like a vacational lot, a rental lot, I should say, or you could live there. So either way, it would work. This room, I'm using more of the greens and blues. And as I said, I've used that different bed, the other double bed that we got with the pack. I've used that armchair. I love that little wall unit thing that has the board games in it. I think that that's so cool. I really think that this is the type of pack where you would have that. So kind of gives me the vibe of, it's like we're not using TV, we're playing games, we're out in nature, we're out doing activities. So yeah, I guess it's okay to not have a TV. I love this rug, especially this particular swatch with the canoes on it. I think that's so cool. It's very vibrant and fun. Makes it perfect for a child's room, which I have just made a very simple child's room. It's not super big. I've got a dollhouse. I've used the same dresser in all bedrooms, even though I do think it leans more towards a child's dresser just because of the stickers that are on it. But yeah, anyway, I think it's quite nice. If you would like to play in this particular home, you can feel free to download it. It is on the gallery. My gallery ID is Antoinette.44. It is in the description below. All right. I have also added an imaginary friend as well, because that was obviously a big feature of this pack. So that's also included in the child's room. We are now outside and we are doing the landscaping. Landscaping was interesting. I wanted to go into the debug menu and really experience the debug menu. And I really loved those wooden planter boxes that have the flowers in it. We first got these in the high school years debug menu, and they came with like these red planter boxes and they were really sweet. These ones actually you can change the color, which was really good. And I just went and added some trees. That big beautiful red tree that I've added in here is so nice. I thought that just added a big pop of color. I swear we have a tree that's like this in Australia. I don't know the name of it, but I swear I've seen a tree that's very similar. So that's quite good. Just some basic shrubs. And the backyard, what I do is I just make like a sitting area. And I also put like a kind of, I think I put like a campfire, just because it's a kind of an activity you can do with this pack. I put in an archery section. And yeah, and that's all I really put in. I put in archery just because, as I said, it's a main focal point of the pack. It was one of the, new activities you could do. Oh, okay, so I don't put a fireplace, but I do put like a heater, which you got part as the bonus content if you purchased Adventure Awaits before a certain time. I did include the spin bike. I love the spin bike. I actually have one I got for Christmas and it was so good. I've been using it a ton and I've been really enjoying it. So I wanted to incorporate it because I always forget to incorporate like fitness equipment, even though it's so useful. All right, we are just adding the final touches. I'm just going in with more of the terrain paint and like mapping out the pathing. And I just kept it very simple out here. Not too much details. I will be going through and adding up dirt under all of the plants. But yeah, I just really think it's such a sweet home. And yeah, it's available on the gallery to download and play. And yeah, you'll have to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Your thoughts on this build and your thoughts on the pack. I'd like to know what you think of Adventure Awaits, and do you use it now that it's been out for, several months or so. Alrighty. I think I'm just putting some lights on the, adding in some more azaleas and some more shrubs. And I think I'm adding in some like wall lights on the porch. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of interesting. Like I guess the front door could be either door, but you can set it in the game if you have a preference to what door you would like to be the main door. So yeah, just adding in a wall light. I believe this one comes from Adventure Awaits. So that's quite nice. And then we are live in game for the tour. So you enter in and you have your kitchen, dining and living. I'm just going to add in a range hood because I always forget. Love the color scheme. All right, so as I said, to the left, you have a tiny hallway that leads into the main bathroom of the house. And I think that makes sense that it's off the living area. To the right, you have a small hallway that leads you to the 3 bedrooms. So you have your child's room, your master bedroom, and your teens room. And then, yeah, you go back onto the porch and that leads you out to the exterior of the build. And you have a ton of activities. You've got your archery, you've got your grill, you've got like a seating area. You've also got a chess table. The only other thing that I probably could have put in here, maybe like the butterflies and like maybe the aviary, but I didn't know if this particular build suited that. And that is the build today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.